the ACC conference championship game, bro. You got
Seven,
Clemson, number
17. 17.
17.
Yep.
They got Clemson at 17 now
Yep.
versus number 9,
8. 8.
8 versus number 8, SMU. SMU still favored by 2.5.
Yep.
All right, and the over under is
56 and a half.
correct. Sounds about right on my end. You got Clemson 9-3 on the year. They lost to South Carolina, Louisville, and Georgia. SMU is 11-1. They lost to BYU earlier in the year. BYU turned out to be a pretty good team, and South Carolina, bro, that's depending on how shit
It's the
shakes
team I
up,
told you about them.
they might be the third, the only three loss team that gets in there. And do they get in? Them Bama? I don't know who's gonna sneak in, who's
I
not
don't
gonna sneak
know.
in. It's gonna be crazy, but South Carolina make it shady because they started playing the second half of the season, boy. They
Right.
really
Hmm.
did beat some teams, boy. Wes, you called that one too. Good shit, bro. All right, so looking at this matchup yet, the way look at this matchup, Clemson and SMU, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I've seen Clemson play a couple games this year. I haven't really seen SMU play all that much, but Clemson has yet to face a team as complete as SMU. And I feel
Mm.
like SMU has yet to face a team as talented as Clemson when I'm looking at it.
Especially
Clemson's
defensively.
Yeah, Clemson's had a tougher schedule, but however, they've played like several common teams as SMU. Like Clemson lost to Louisville and SMU, they beat Louisville. So, you break down shit like that and how they play against certain teams. Styles make matchups, styles make fights. We know all of this, but SMU, just because of Clemson and being there before, bro, and having
Get that
Dabo in big
experience.
games, big times, in them championship games, bro. And no matter what, he's gonna have them guys ready to play. Clemson is one great quarterback away from being top dogs, competing year in, year out again. I say that all the time, and I'm gonna stick with it. And SMU has had a phenomenal season, and Miami Hurricanes really fucked themselves out of
Yes, they did.
prime playoff
Yes, they
positioning
did.
by that loss to Syracuse, bro. Kyle McCord
I called
lit
that
their
shit
ass up.
too.
Lit their ass up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Guy at work, he's that big Miami fan. I said, "Hey man, Syracuse might have your number." And what
Yeah,
they
bro.
do?
That's
Got him.
that's a terrible upset.
Got him.
Too crazy.
Hold up. Got him like crazy, bro. Got him. It's not like they were up like 21-0, weren't they?
Something like that. Yeah.
They were up ridiculous. Let them come back and screwed
And as an
themselves out of
old
playoff.
OSU, old Ohio State quarterback, Kyle McCord.
Yeah, I know. He's torched
Mm-hmm.
them, dude. The same day the
Yeah.
Michigan upset Ohio State. Your quarterback, this quarterback screwed you harder than McCord did last year, bro.
Right. Mm-hmm. Definitely did.
Justice is served, bro. Karma's a motherfucker, bro.
And it
Yeah, it
though.
is.
But I'll tell you what, bro. Look, I just think Clemson is they're always there, and SMU, bro. SMU, they've handled business this year, bro. How y'all feeling about SMU this year? I just don't feel like
Looking at their schedule, I don't think they beat Louisville, who beat Clemson. Um, I mean, they lost to BYU, who kind of fell off.
they beat
Florida
Pitt,
State is
but Pitt lost the
garbage.
last five, so they got disqualified.
Yeah, they beat Pitt, who was on a roll.
Man, they
Uh,
lost their last five.
yeah. So I'm kind of not. I mean, I mean, it looks great on their behalf. They've had a great year, 11-1. But like you said, Clemson's been there in and out every year. They're always in the discussion until they're not in the discussion. This year, they're probably not in the discussion for the championship and the playoff and shit. But it's still Clemson. Got Dabo Sweeney, all that talent on the team. Like you said, they're one quarterback away from real contention. Uh, I don't know a lot about it, SMU. Every time I think of SMU, I think of Gridiron Gang and that fucking that team. That was the SMU Mustangs. Uh, so I can't really call it, but I got to pick. I'm going to pick Clemson. What
Go with
is
Clemson.
yeah, I'm going Clemson with the upset, quote unquote. And I'm going to go with the under 56 and a half. It's kind of a lot. I don't know. if SMU will be able to put up that many points going against a, I don't want to say a powerhouse, but a well-respected Clemson team,
Yeah,
well-rounded Clemson team.
they're gonna air it out
Maybe,
definitely. That's what they like to do. Go ahead, Sam.
yeah, well-respected Clemson team maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, but not currently. I don't feel like they that type of team anymore. Dabo Sweeney, whatever, he's doing his thing, but man, he lost a lot of games, man. He lost a lot of players. He lost a lot of talent. Staff wise and freaking player wise, athlete wise. So SMU, man, is up and coming, man. They didn't struck the match now. So man, they compete very hard against any components, bro. They don't lack off, you know what I'm saying? They all gas, no brakes. So SMU is the team right now, whatever. They hot right now. I'm liking SMU to cover the 3, and I like the under.
Okay.
They hot right now, man. For real, you gotta give people their flowers, man, when they do that stuff like this.
Yeah, agreed.
They do, and it's gonna be an air raid attack, and they're gonna throw everything they got at Clemson, but they're gonna have to, bro, because Clemson's been there, they've done that. But look, man, this year Clemson is 9-3. Last year they finished the season 9-4. Before that is 10-3, 10-2, 10. I mean, let's let's kind of relax, man. Let's relax a little
But
bit
listen, but
because
listen,
they're not.
but who's in the ACC though? You got Virginia Tech, who used to run it, North Carolina. You got freaking what? You got Miami, that wasn't all that. You got Florida State that had that great season, whatever last year, whatever,
I
but
mean,
they
the
haven't
AC,
really been.
I mean, the ACC is that team that has different teams that are great each year or
But
two,
they've been
man.
they've been they've been they've been the top of the totem pole though.
They've been the only consistent one who's been winning games at a high level
Right.
behind one of the best college football coaches. We just give it, I mean, they can't control that. It is what it is. It's kind of like when
Mhm.
you throw shade at the Big Ten and you're like, hides Ohio State, Michigan, y'all ain't got nobody. Well, I mean, it's not really that because, a lot of these teams are a lot tougher. They just don't get credited like so. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying 4 losses for Clemson, whatever, is a bad season. That's not a great
Of
season.
course it is.
For Florida, if we would have went 9-4, that shit would have been spectacular. You feel me? Losing
Right.
3 games, 4 games, or whatever. That is a losing season. That's like Georgia losing 3 games, 4 games. That's like Alabama losing 3 games, 4 games. Because they're such a elite company. 3 games this year, whatever, man. You still on the downward spiral. Looking like to me, because I keep you at such a high level. That's
That's
why.
true. That's true, but I'll remind you that Clemson's 7 and they've only lost one game in their conference though. They usually don't lose a lot of conference games. That's why they're in those games. A lot of their losses come from, like when they play Georgia or
Mm-hmm.
when they lost that game, this year and they
Right.
lost versus South Carolina. South
South
Carolina's
Carolina.
not their
Mm-hmm.
division. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the losses are coming out of conference, but in conference, yes, they handle their business and they pretty much control it for the most part. But this year was a phenomenal year for the ACC, though, and yet Clemson's still there, being on the not so great part of
Well,
Clemson,
Miami
yet
should
they're
have
still
been.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Miami shit the bed when it mattered most. They didn't come through. I mean, a lot of these ACC teams fell apart. It was looking like Pitt could have made a run. They lost their last 5.
Right.
So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you had a lot of good teams in the ACC this year, man. It was a great year for them, but I'm sticking with Clemson, bro. With the upset pick, if you want to call it that. Big game Dabo, bro. I'm going Clemson. I think it's under, not a whole lot of points scored. Kate Klubnik and company, he's going to do enough to get it done. I just trust them more. They've been more tested than SMU versus more quality opponents, and I can't pick SMU to win this game.
Got to go with the hot hand, baby.
Run it up. All right, so there's some conference championship picks. They are in the book. We'll revisit next week. We got a bracket reveal. We're gonna do the college football playoff bracket. We're all gonna fill out our bracket when they release the seating. Then we're gonna post them. I'm gonna encourage everybody to do the same thing. Comment your picks, lock and loaded. Maybe we can do a giveaway for closest bracket giveaway or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Closest person. That like the college football tournaments people do.
Right.
Close to
Like
the
the
bracket.
NCAA
Whoever gets the
tournament.
closest bracket gets a fucking prize. It's not rocket science. I make it sound stupid.
Hey, man, you got it sounding good, bro. You good.
Like, share, subscribe. Let Loose Podcast.